Hello YouTube, and welcome to another Doctor Who DVD review, and today I am reviewing the Daemons. Yes. So there's the Daemons, but first, I'm going to do some sort of update now, so you guys know what's going to happen. So on Monday I ordered Death to the Daleks, the Crotons, and another thing. But the other thing arrived today, this morning. And it is this Last for Some Wine, Finest Vintage. There will be a review on this, and it's got some incredible pictures in this book. You know, absolutely incredible. Yeah, really incredible. And get some good pictures, you know, like that. It's really good. Yeah. And this book's dedicated to the Owen, who sadly passed away in 1999. Yeah, back to the DVD. Yeah, so we do the cover. So on the cover we have, well, this is just a slipcase. So on the top we have exclusive 2010 official convention artwork, Doctor Who, BBC DVD, the Daemons. You've got Azal, the Third Doctor, and you've got the Bok, which my dad just thinks he's rather funny. He can't stand him, but I like him. 2 discs, PG. Yeah. And on the back, it's just the same, really. Yeah. Mine is 718 out of 1,000 or some, or 10,000 or something. Yeah. Now we just take out the slipcase, which is there. A lot like the Primeval DVDs, what you get. And then we get the standard cover, what everyone got. Well, yeah, this is a must-get story, by the way. And there's going to be a little video, John Pertwee explaining something about this story. Yeah, then you've got the standard Doctor Who stuff. You've got Azal again with the Pento thing, or with the horoscope signs. Then you've got the Master, instead of the Bok. And you've got John Pertwee tied with the maypole. Then we have John Pertwee years 1970 to 74. This is PG, but it has 2 PGs. I don't know why, 2 discs. Yeah. And on the back we have the pictures of the John Pertwee and maypole, the Bok, the Master, and the pub landlord. Yeah. This story is by Guy Leopold. But pen name Barry Letts writ this story, and someone else, can't remember who else writ it, but there will be a clip of John Pertwee explaining all this. I shall read the blurb now. In the peaceful village of Devil's End, something very strange is happening. A professor is preparing to open a nearby burial mound, and a local white witch foresees death and disaster. Meanwhile, the new vicar looks surprisingly like the Master, and he is using black magic to conjure up an ancient daemon. Can the Doctor and Joe and Unit stop their old enemy before he succeeds? So yeah, what was I going to say? I'll remember it in a minute. Yeah. The special features are commentary by Katie Manning, who played Joe Grant, Richard Franklin, who played Captain Mike Yates, and Damiris Heyman, who played Miss Hawthorne, and directed by Christopher Barry. And then another one is The Devil Rides Out, which is a documentary how they made the Daemons. Yeah, it's a really interesting documentary, and that is, you know, it's a must watch, because John Pertwee had a tiswas because it was wet and cold, and they would this was the motorbike scene, and he just drove off because he was impatient because they were trying to set it all up. But you know, I could understand him having a tiswas, because it was like, you know, you're standing around in the wet and cold, you know, you don't really want to be standing out there, you know. Yeah. And then it's got another documentary about remembering Barry Letts, who sadly died in 2008 or 9. And this is like remembering his life's work. And then it's got another feature, which is the how they recolored it, a colorization test, a digital original colorization version of episode 1, Tomorrow's World. It shows how they recolored it. But oh wait, what is it? The colorization test is the first episode before it was recolored, or before it was remastered, should I say. Then we have location filming, and then we have the photo gallery, a coming soon trailer, and digitally remastered picture quality. Now the coming soon trailer is The Nightmare of Eden. Yeah, this story was originally broadcast in the 22nd of May to the 19th of June 1971. Produced by Barry Letts, directed by Christopher Barry, identical music by Dudley Simpson. This is a 5-parter. Yeah, it's a really nice 5-parter, and for many Doctor Who people who worked on it, it is their favourite story, because it gives Mike Yates, also known as Richard Franklin, who, you know, this is his favourite story. I think it's John Levine's favourite story, because, you know, the helicopter, Katie Manning's favourite story as well, I think. Yeah, and then it's Brigadier, because it has his favourite line in. Chap with the wings there, 5 rounds rapid, or Jenkins. Yeah, and this is a perfect example of the 1970s without the TARDIS, and it proves the series can work equally as well without going to a BBC quarry like Colony in Space, which was in this series as well. Yeah, because Barry Letts had a fascination with the black magic, because, you know, I think Katie Manning did an audition, and there was an audition piece of Azrael Rising, but then Katie asked, could they do that as a story? And obviously they said yes, because Katie instantly recognised that as similar to the audition piece. Yeah, and as everyone should know, season 8 was the Master's first, you know, it's hard to think off the top of your head. Like his first series, because he featured in every story. He featured in Colony, the Daemons, obviously, Colony in Space, Mind of Evil, Terribly Autons, and Axos. Yeah, so now we'll look into the booklet. We have the same picture of Pertwee, but with the horoscope background with a flame. I really like this colour. It's like orangey. It's like really nice. It really does go. You know. There are chapter points. Yeah, it is a 5-parter. We've got some more pictures. Sorry if you can't see this, but I'll try my best. Pertwee there. Pertwee and Joe on the motorbike, and John and the Bok. And then we look inside the little booklet. It tells you who's the commentary and what they did after Doctor Who and what they did before Doctor Who. Yeah, and then it tells you a bit more information about the special features. It's a really good story, you know. If you haven't got this, you should seriously think about buying this, you know. It is John Pertwee's favourite story, you know. It practically covers everything, really. Even though the special effects does let it down, as my dad says, but, you know, it is still an absolutely fantastic story, no matter what people say, because when they did a poll, I can't remember what position the Daemons got, but, you know, since watching this again, because first time I watched this was in 2006 on BBC 4, Yeah. And I was 8, and I can still remember watching it, you know. And it is a really good story, you know. You just get everything you want. You've got the Master, you've got the Doctor, you've got Bessie, you've got the whole unit family, really. And that's what gives it a nice atmosphere, you know, because everyone respects everyone, you know. It's really good. Yeah. I'm rambling on about how good it is, but it is a 10 out of 10 DVD, you know. If you are umming and ahhing to get this, just get it, you know. I pay 24 quid just for the special edition, well, not special edition, but the, this. But because I knew the Daemons was a good story, I just thought, well, I like the Daemons, so I would get it. The reason being of the Daemons being called the Daemons, adding an egg, was to add a bit of mystery to it, instead of just having demons or whatever. Because I think Christopher Barry suggested the A, just to give a bit of a twist to the actual, story. Yeah. And Stephen Thorne makes another appearance, who later played Omega. Stephen Thorne played Azal. There. And when Azal rises, it sort of reminds me of Robot, on how you see, it getting larger, but you see some of it fade, like it disappears. That sort of reminds me of the Robot. So yeah. This is probably my favourite from season 8. I haven't seen Mind of Evil yet, but looking forward to seeing that come out in the next year. And over the past few days, I've been watching quite a few Doctor Who stories, really. I've been watching the Terror of the Zygons, because I just want to see how good it is, and it stands up to what people say. It is absolutely phenomenal. And the other stories I've been watching are some 60s stories to, help me getting back to the Crotons, because, but I would like to see your opinion of the Crotons, because I would like to know what you think of it. Yeah. And the other stories I've been watching, The Mind of Evil, The Dominators. Yeah, I will be reviewing these, yeah, definitely. Some of them anyway, and then the Seed of Death. Yeah, and you're just wondering, oh, he hasn't got the Revisitation ones. Yeah. Perhaps when all the DVD releases are finished, I may consider buying them when they're a bit cheap. But the cover I do prefer to any of the Revisitation ones. I really do like the Three Doctors, and hopefully that will be my next DVD review. Yeah, and then it'll be probably some 60s stories, Yeah, the Daemons. A 10 out of 10 story, absolutely brilliant, and there will be a clip at the end to show you what Pertwee thinks of the story. So, goodbye.
One of the joys of presenting this selection is being able to choose my own personal favourite episode. And during my time as the Doctor, I appeared in 128 episodes, plus the 20th anniversary story, The Five Doctors. But it didn't take me long to decide. I've chosen an episode from the 1971 story, The Daemons. Now, in many ways, this is an example of the excellent team spirit which featured so heavily during many of my stories. On the acting side, I'm joined by Katie Manning as Jo Grant, one of my favourite companions, the Master, the Brigadier, Sergeant Benton, and Captain Yates. And on the production side, it was written by Barry Letts, the producer, under the pen name of Guy Leopold, and directed by Christopher Barry. All in all, my Doctor Who family. I've chosen the final episode as we join the story of the isolated village of Devil's End. The Master has released the power of a demon called Azal, the last of a race of outer space creatures who came to Earth long ago and who is aided and abetted by a wonderful little gargoyle called Bok.